Well, hello everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. My clock above my computer just flipped to 11, so showtime. It's showtime. How you doing? We work really hard. We make sure our camera is elevated so there's no up the nose video. You know, we're trying really hard to be professional. Trivia, if you've ever watched a show called Welcome to Wrexham, the first couple episodes, it's funny. You watch Ryan Reynolds, y'all know who he is, doing these town halls during the pandemic, and he's got his computer stacked on top of boxes while he's on his laptop. I thought it was so weird. Then I realized, oh, that's so that you don't see this when they're on camera. Yeah. Trivia. So there you go. Anyway, good to see you all.
Eric learned something from television.
You know, everything important. Isn't that what The Simpsons taught us? Is that everything that's important to know you learn from TV. Anyway, well, great to see you all. Welcome this morning to our April Town Hall. Love seeing your video on. I do want to remind you that you do not have to keep your video on if for some reason there's, you know, somebody.
Yeah, we had someone in the chat say she's at another job. Hopefully it's all good with the other job.
Right.
But she's on another job. All good. Y'all do you.
I can't get you a get out of trouble note if your other employer gets mad.
We don't have any magical powers over other people. But and of course, if you're driving, do not have your camera on. That scares me. And it's
well, have your camera on. Just have it pointed the other direction. That'll be fun.
Just watch where you're driving.
We'll sit here and quietly judge whether you run red light. Okay, well, it won't be quiet.
No, we wouldn't quietly judge that. You would. Eric's been living with his side seat driver for a very long time. He knows I would not be quiet about it.
She actually yells more at me if I don't go the instant the light turns green. I could go through yellows if she won't say anything.
Yeah, I don't say anything.
But it's if the light turns green and my foot's not flooring it, it's green. It's green. I don't know what that 1 second value is important to her. It is though. For 20.
I'm just keeping you from getting honked at.
Is that what it is? You're trying to protect me from the honk?
No, I'm not. That's not what it is. I want you to go. So trivia, fun fact. So many of you probably know. So Eric's over 50, and his gift to himself, well, our gift to him was a Tesla. So he has a Tesla. And it is
her gift to me. It was my midlife crisis car.
Yeah, it's his midlife crisis car. Anyway, his Tesla gets a lot of unique.
I'm gonna type some answers to people.
Okay, great. He gets some unique. Oh, see, it's in all languages. Joe tells me it's in all languages that wives can make sure they let their husband know about the green light. We're just being helpful. So anyway, his Tesla gets a lot of responses. Not as much anymore because there's a lot more on the road. But when he first got it, he would have many people try to race him. But
there'd be like some dude in a ratty Honda Civic and pull up next to me and gun it and basically blow up his engine I'm like, what are you doing?
It's so funny. But maybe the most troubling one was he went through a yellow light. It was yellow, completely yellow. It was not red.
It was green when I entered the intersection. It turned yellow while I was in the intersection.
It was a totally safe thing. I would have told him if it wasn't safe.
Yeah, she told me.
We went into to Subway, and a person in, I don't know, a truck followed us to Subway, walked into Subway to yell at him. Hey, Tesla dude. Called him a lot of other names. You and that Tesla, you think you're all that la 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 about being in a Tesla and then driving. And that was unsafe. You went through a yellow light. And Eric and I are both like, were you coming to Subway and then decided to yell? Nope. She came all the way to Subway, stopped, got out of her car to yell at him and tell him what a bad Tesla driver he was. It was crazy.
I've been Tesla profiled. It's very true. Anyway, those are the crosses we have to burn when your wife gives you an epic car. You know?
Yeah, everyone's really sorry for you.
I know. I can feel it. I can feel the compassion, the empathy, the understanding. I mean, Anna's just staring at me like, I wish you'd shut up and get on to something that's interesting.
No, I'm just like, you get in the car with Moni and you're holding on to your dear life.
You're holding on for dear life with Moni? Oh, Moni.
She texted me, excuse me, I'm trying to fix the volume on my computer. This is awkward. Hello. All right. Anna, what were you saying, Anna? Say it again.
I could hear what she said. She says you got to hold on for dear life when Moni's driving.
Sample.
Oh. He needs you to
hold on to your dear life with Moni.
Very good. And
okay, so on my defense, that's because I did defensive driving with the police department, okay?
He did defensive driving.
Oh, that's the problem.
My brother actually, he's a cop, and he is one of the scarier drivers. Cops kind of are some of the scarier drivers. But anyway.
Yeah, they train in it.
Yes, they feel super confident, and he's all.
I did this ride along on a Friday night with this one cop here in town, and the dude was kind of a tool. He wanted to impress me how what a tough cop he was. Oh my gosh! And he has a cup of water, like about this size, and the lid was loose on it. And he decides to gun it and turn right. So he does it. We kind of shift to the right as he goes around this curve at probably 70 miles an hour. No big deal. His water cup turns over and spills cold water all over my lap. And I'm like, oh, and he goes, did you pee your pants already? No, dude, you just don't know how to put a lid on. You don't know how to put a lid on a cup right, you moron. But the guy's got a gun, so I can't say that.
All right. Well, we like to give
Is our banter entertaining? Are we being entertaining?
I hope we're entertaining. If we're not, it's on purpose. We banter to give everyone time to get on the call. So if you were bored for 5 minutes, we're sorry. That's our way of letting people have time to get on the call.
I do want to say, Jeff, I'm grooving on that sign behind your head, the Crab Shack sign. Is that a real restaurant that you go to?
It's the sign my clients had. I'm not sure where they got it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, cool. He's grooving on your client's sign then.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Well, we are going to go ahead and get started, and we get to start with my favorite thing first. We have a coffee chat scheduled. We have David, and he is from the South Bay. That is going to spend some time chatting with us today. We're super excited about this. And Dimitri is with him. And then I believe, is it Derek is there as well?
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. And Derek, I understand you've worked with David for many years.
That's
many
correct.
moons have passed.
3 years.
Awesome. Good job. I love your shirt, by the way. Good choice.
Oh, thank you. Up his hat also.
Oh, wait, you got the hat on too. Look at
Up his
your
hat.
double uniform. I love it.
I told you. Yep.
Hey, but your hat is not as cool, I'm sorry, Derek, as David's hat. I love your hat.
And that's a new one, right?
It is a new one.
Yeah, it's a new hat.
Yeah, you are looking very handsome, sir.
Thank you kindly.
So I understand one of the things you want to talk about is the background, not just Derek behind you, but the background. Are you in a new place?
I have a brand new apartment as of late January, early February.
Yeah.
That
Right
is
on.
amazing. And you live in the South Bay. So that is like a gold apartment. 'Cause
Exactly right. And I was on the waiting list, or I should say many waiting lists, for 7+ years.
Wow.
Got in.
Wow. That is a gold plated apartment. And
So- Persistence counts.
It does. Yeah.
that is excellent. Good point, David. Persistence counts. I also heard that you were quite tenacious there. You weren't on just one list waiting for one apartment. Like, hey, I will look at all the apartments that have waiting lists and get on them.
Anything that had an open list got an application.
That is awesome. I was just talking to a parent, her son is 19, and that was my first piece of advice to her. I was like, you may not be ready for him to move out yet, but in 4 to 5 years, you probably are, and that is how long it will take you to get an apartment. So
At
they live
least.
in
At least.
yeah, so I was giving that advice to a mom just this week, whose 19-year-old son is thinking about going out on his own. I said, "Oh, get on the apartment list, all of them, every last one."
Well, David, you're getting a lot of love in the chat. I don't know if Dimitri can show it to you, but Sabrina's saying your hat is awesome, and a lot of congratulations and love for the apartment. Such good news.
Very cool. Very
So-
cool there.
Are you on the first floor, or is it an apartment complex with a elevator?
No, I'm on the first floor.
Nice.
Actually, the entire complex is ground floor units.
Ooh, that's nice.
Wow, that's special in San Jose.
Yeah.
And it's also gated community too. So it's super safe, very quiet around here. Just a lovely place, and hopefully we have more clients that can move into this apartment because it's it's an ideal location for clients to live next to each other. In fact,
My immediate next door neighbor is also a client.
exactly, yeah.
Oh,
So
That's fun.
yeah, it's awesome.
So Jen Bowman here, our VP of operations, she makes it a goal regularly for us to take over complexes because then we have this like cool community and we can kind of do our own thing. And we've worked on it pretty hard in a number of areas. So maybe in San Jose, we'll keep working on
I'll
it.
start
Sounds like we'll take
working on the Compass Mafia side.
Yeah.
Well, you got the hat for it. You got the hat. Knock at the door.
Yes. All right.
So we also hear that you're kind of a concert aficionado.
Yeah.
Beyond that somewhere. I've spent the last 30 years assisting with getting concerts off the ground in the Bay Area.
Wow. Okay. What was one of the best concerts you've been to then?
Best all time is probably New Year's Eve '94. It was Carlos Santana, Buddy Guy, and Al Green on the same stage.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's historic. That's cool.
That's
Just an
super
amazing
cool.
evening.
Yeah, a New Year's Eve, no less. So that is just what a way to ring in your new year.
That's cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now, do you work how do you get into all these concerts? How does that work out for you? Because that's a lot of dough if you have to do it on your own.
People that find their way to my job do it because they can't afford to buy all the tickets that they would want to go to.
Oh, so you have a job, and you get to do. Well, tell me how this works.
I've had a customer service job at Shoreline Amphitheater for over 30 years.
Oh, okay. So you work at the amphitheater that has the
Right.
concerts. Smart.
Okay.
Super smart.
So we went and saw something at the Shoreline Amphitheater some years ago.
Oh yeah.
It was called the Oddball Comedy Tour. We saw
I was
Dave.
there.
You were there. You saw Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
And you saw Flight of the Conchords with us.
Yes.
Oh, that was a fantastic. Okay, wow. We loved it. It was like a whole oddball comedy. What's the woman's name?
Oh, I can't remember her name, but she was on. She's
He's a former Raider as I recall.
Kristen something or other is her name.
Latino young lady, yeah.
Oh
No.
well, there
She
was
was good
Latino.
too.
She was good too, but no, we're talking about the one that actually is friends with the guys from Flight of the Conchords, and she had someone that was doing an interpretive
make me
dance
look
in
it
the
up.
background. It was awesome.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
That is a beautiful location. That is a beautiful, fun location.
That's so cool. We were there. We were at the same concert, man.
Small world.
Somebody suggested.
But they say there's 6 degrees of separation between us all.
That's right.
That's generally not my reality. It's much lower.
Well, when you work at a concert venue, you're going to have a lot more people coming around your door than most of us. So that is awesome. So tell us again, how long have you worked there, David?
30 plus years.
That's amazing. That's awesome. So yes, you've seen
Kristen Shaw. That's her name, Kristen Shaw.
Kristen Shaw.
Yeah, but she did a stand up. She was great, but yeah, that was so much fun.
It was really fun. Yeah. We worked in San Jose just to go to that event.
Yeah.
We really did work in San Jose. I shouldn't do air quotes, but we made our schedule work. So we would be in the San Jose office and then go to a concert. It was fun.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
So what's a fun show you've seen there this year? I could talk concerts with you all day long, and we only have so much time. But I want to have one more question. What's been your favorite show you've seen this year there? Have there been any good shows?
I actually went to a show just after my birthday, but again, it wasn't at Shoreline because Shoreline is only a warm weather venue.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw Robert Randolph and the Family Band and Zach Brown.
Oh wow,
that's
that's cool. Very cool. Awesome.
Very cool show.
So what else do you like to do for fun, dude?
in the past, I've done archery. I love to go to outdoor dining, all kinds of cool stuff as long as I can be out and participating.
Right on.
That's awesome.
It's very appropriate that I'm part of the coffee chat because coffee is very important.
What's your coffee? Now I don't drink coffee, but I have learned it's kind of like being like a foreigner in a strange land that everybody's very specific about their
My
coffee.
husband's super cute. He'll go and get me coffee, and I'm very particular about my coffee. And so he has it written down on a note on his phone, and then it's like he speaks a foreign language as he reads it into
It's like I use Google
a
Translate.
macchiato.
Yeah, I use Google. Basically, I use Google Translate to order coffee. But it's not about me. What's your coffee? Describe your perfect coffee.
It depends on how I'm feeling and what time of day. Historically, I like the blonde roast or the street roast. And that's another of those phrases for you to translate for them.
Yeah. Again, specificity. I'm tracking. So blonde roast or a street roast.
And light and sweet.
Light and sweet.
All right.
Okay, so you're not doing triple shots. You're not going for
No,
that.
no.
Do you ever get any mixed drinks at all? Other than coffee, do you get anything else?
Yeah, I suppose from time to time we'll do hot cider or
Okay.
one of the flavored hot chocolates.
Very nice.
That's,
Starbucks used to do a snickerdoodle hot chocolate. It was a dead ringer for the cookies. It was
Oh wow. I missed that one. I love snickerdoodle. We'll for Christmas, we'll go look at Christmas lights and we'll go as a family, and the adults in the family will have their coffee and throw some Baileys in there, I'll have the same thing. I'll just don't have the coffee. So
I prefer Carolinas to Bailey's, but that's just a personal thing.
well, yeah. Everyone has their thing.
it's just water, people. It's just water.
Yeah.
All right. David, thank you so much for taking time to chat with us. Congratulations on your place. Love that you are living life to the fullest, all the concerts, all the activities, all the good coffee.
And now I'm gonna have to watch shows coming to Shoreline and make a trip and say hi. That would just be epic.
There you go.
Maybe you can get me a backstage pass.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Important to know that right now.
All right.
All right, it's duly noted. Good job. Way to set your boundaries, David. I appreciate that.
All right, bless you, man. Thanks for taking the time today.
Yeah, thank you. It was
Okay.
nice meeting you too, Derek. Good to see you, Dimitri.
Good to see you guys.
Okay, now I just gotta figure out how to unpin.
All right, while he unpins, we are going to hand the screen over to Miss Michelle. Redwood Coast always has a series of good news. That office is always doing 110 things. So we are going to hand it over to Michelle and let her tell us what's happening in Redwood Coast. Because every time we get together as a community, we want to hear what's happening in our community. So we focus on one region, and this time we're going to focus on Michelle. Michelle, hello.
Happy Easter. So it's been kind of a fun. One thing that's not on my clip is kind of fun is we've been out delivering candy to everybody. So the Easter Bunny is now coming to most of our clients' houses, and today later for an Easter egg hunt. But some of our good news that we love to share is that on the far left is Paul Rowe. What most people don't know is that Paul went to Disney World and he had to save well over $2,000 to do it through one of the agencies that we work with called Trips Incorporated or Trips Inc. And this is especially hard for Paul because, as most of us like to know, is that we spend money and we have money in our pocket, it burns pretty quickly. So he had to work hard to save it, and he did it, and he had a blast, and that was his dream, is to get to go to Disney World. So we're really proud of him. On top of the picture here on the slide is Paul Svensson. And Paul has wanted a pet companion for a long time. And he finally was able to adopt this beautiful tabby, super lovable, affectionate cat, and a great fit for Paul. And then a fun fact is that Paul was recently hired at Compass to work in the office a day a week. So that was another big quest of Paul, is to be able to work for Compass. So he's super excited about that. Below is our Christmas picture. This is our admin team, and Grinch obviously came and showed up, Miss Anna. And we had a fun time, and the Hesses came too, so they were the life of the party, always. So we were super blessed to have you and Eric and Sadie to join us. It meant the world to us to have you here. And so many of our staff and clients have never got to see you. And it was like, okay, we're real. They're real. Everybody, I tell you, they're real. So having you here was just icing on the cake. And I think that we were all super honored that Jeff Gant was our founder award winner. And so we were all really super excited and just happy that we got to share that moment. And so proud of you, Jeff. So proud of you. You continue to rock it. And you earned every penny of it, every minute of it. And then on the right is Danny. This is Danny Allison. For years, Danny talked about a girlfriend that he had and a son. And we're like, And he said, well, one day, my dream is to see them again. And we're like, okay, so where do they live? Oroville. Yeah, Oroville. Okay, we're going to Oroville. So the team were like, okay, we're going to do this. So they worked with Danny, and they worked at the regional center, and Danny got to see his son, and that smile, I don't think has ever came off his face. And he got to spend some time with his girlfriend, and it's legit. He does have a girlfriend in Oroville. Everything's legit, which was great. And it was super fun. So those are some of the good news. This was our most recent event. This was our Valentine's party. And what's really interesting about our parties and our events is we usually have some distinguished guests who always insist that they come, which is the regional center. And when we don't invite them, they don't like it. So if we forget, they'll make sure that we know that we didn't invite them. So they always make an appearance, and they come just for fun. So that's cool. Our community kind of goes outside our office and clients and staff. And then the far right here is Scott Barnes, and Scott is one of our newest clients I'm going to talk about here in a minute. And this is his first event, and he loved it, especially the food, the sweets and the candy he absolutely loved. And we are enjoying him. And although he doesn't use words for his language, he had no problem expressing his thorough enjoyment of this party. So that was our Valentine's party. As you know, dreams are part of our mission, and we love dreams. We love helping our clients meet their dream. And on the top here is Gabe Grunder. Gabe Grunder came to us from a foster care home and transitioned to independent living. He's doing wonderful. And Gabe's dream was that he would go to Las Vegas for his 21st birthday because he wanted to see some showgirls. And he wanted to have some fun, and he did. And he was so proud that he actually won some money, was able to buy a meal or two with his proceeds that he acquired through playing a few little slots. So he had a blast, came back, just beaming that he got to do this. And again, he had to work hard to save the money and make plans. It was just super fun for Gabe. And then below his picture is Dave Matson. And Dave's dream was to see Reba McEntire. That is, he's probably the biggest fan of Reba. And we searched and couldn't find a concert. Finally, we found a concert The only one that we could find in 2023, and that was in Reno. And I don't know if there is any scheduled in California, but he got to see her and just had a great time. So happy that he even found the concert. And the fact that we had staff that was willing to drive him to Reno from Ukiah, and just had a great time. So we're really excited that dreams are happening and they really do come true. Some good news as we look back, we had our first client diabetic support group. This actually was started from a client and a staff in Fort Bragg who said, we want to get a group of people who are having the same battles we are, and we want to share tips and tricks and recipes and find that there's, get some support with what we're doing. So they drove to Ukiah to have a first diabetic meeting. It went really well. We had like a 10-15 minute training, like, food on a plate and a picture on a plate on portion control. Nurse Dina is going to help us with the next one. And then what's really fun is this is really client staff oriented where they kind of run it and they share what works for them. And they all decided they want to meet quarterly. And then they also want to make sure that they have food to taste. So that was really important. So of course, with any event, food's always very important. So we're going to start a thing where people can bring food and their favorite diabetic recipe to help, reduce blood sugars. Another fun thing that is we are officially, all of our management positions are filled. It's the first time since I've been in our region. I was filled for a minute and then I wasn't, but super excited and very happy with our admin team. And a really shout out to them. They've really stepped up over the last 3 years to carry while we had empty positions and, have done an amazing job creating team and our culture. Some of you know, some of you don't know that we're kind of a hodgepodge of about 4 different agencies, 3 different agencies, and Compass equals 4. And so blended all together. And I think it's awesome. We've, come out and I think we're past the trailblazing to where now we're pretty stable and it feels really, really good. So hats off to everybody who's worked so hard to stabilize our region and to keep growing. So recently we've added 7 new clients, which helps our WIG of 30%, our growth. And a fun fact about our growth is that in January, we brought on 4 clients along with some other ones, but these 4 were in a residential home. They shared a 2-story house. So we brought 4 on all at once and they're doing really well. Thank you, Moni. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, team, for helping these clients stabilize. And so we're really excited. And they also have a sister residential in Willits that potentially one day will be ours as well. So we're really, really glad. We did bring on 7 all at the same time. Let's not do that very often. That was a lot of work to do all at once, but everybody made it happen. And so we are growing. We're in a growth spree right now. And so we're really excited for that. In April, we have a busy month this month already. We were in Fort Bragg yesterday, did some Easter egg hunts with Glenn and a few others, and they loved it. Today is our Ukiah Easter egg hunt. So everybody's gearing up. I think we have something like 300 eggs that we're gonna hide. So should be a blast. And then Sunday, we're gonna do our very first Easter sunrise celebration. This will be at 6:45 in the morning, so we'll know who our morning people are. And this will all be led by Jeff Gant. He's our LG3 in Ukiah. And so we have some clients that are going to step up and share what Easter means to them and have some hymns and some scriptures. And so we're really super excited. Then afterwards, we're going to have a waffle, thank you, Moni, a waffle and sausage breakfast with coffee and juice. So we're looking forward to that. Then, as you all know, we're going to go with our back backyard retreat in San Francisco, but we're going to eat at Bubba Gump's. And so we had the idea that since we're going to do Bubba Gump's, we might as well do Forrest Gump movie ahead of time. So we're going to do Forrest Gump on the 17th with popcorn, and we're just going to do it in the office. Movies go really well here in the office. They love them. So we're going to watch Forrest Gump and get prepared for our backyard retreat. Right now we have somewhere around 55 people, give or take a few. And we even have Fort Bragg coming to our backyard retreat. We have Brittany, I think, in our ILS world, and Jen and Sam. So we're really excited. We're looking forward to the pier and hanging out together. Many people have never walked across the Golden Gate Bridge, have never been across the Golden Gate Bridge. And many of us have never been to Pier 39. So some of us are walking, some of us are gonna go down below the Golden Gate and hang out. And then we're gonna all have some shopping on the pier and have a really great lunch at Bubba Gump's. So we're really looking forward to that and some fun memories. And then lastly, y'all probably know, but we've kind of outgrown our building as well as wanting to move. So potentially there could be a new building in sight, and I'll let Eric and Sadie probably talk more about that if they want to. But fun fact is this building was the former office of Moni before they moved. So she knows this building well. And Anna too? Just Anna. So very, very exciting. We love this building, but we'll see. You know, don't want to put all of our eggs in a basket first, but super, super hopeful. And that's kind of what's happening in RCRC. Lots of fun-filled facts and great people.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Michelle. Yes, we are looking, hoping we find the right location for Ukiah area specifically. We actually also will be looking at a few other locations that need to expand their site besides Ukiah. So we're really grateful that we are in a season of growth and adding new things and going new places and hopefully getting space that works even better than our current spaces. So yay. Thanks, Michelle. That was so fun. I love, and all the love from the team on the chat. You guys are definitely a great team working really well together. So keep up the good work, bringing on 7 clients. Whoa.
Well, this week, just so those of you, many of you may not know, this week, today is the conclusion. This is the concluding session of our Spring Management University week. A lovely picture here of all the folks that are probably on, there they are. And why don't you wave hi to everybody, MUers? Here, there you go. Great time. I got to spend some time with them. Sadie did. A lot of us did. Just had a lot of fun with these folks. Sharp group. I really feel blessed for the quality of people that we keep joining our organization. So promoting within our organization.
If you don't know what Management U is, we do this twice a year. We bring our management team, so individuals that work on our administration from all regions. We bring them together here to our home office, and we spend almost an entire week. So they have been drinking out of a fire hose all week long. They're going to go home and crash this weekend for sure. But it is a really good time, and it's an opportunity for everyone to get to know each other because we all sit and celebrate what Michelle's talking about in RCRC. Maybe you've never been to RCRC, but you can still celebrate what's happening because we are one big organization. And so this is an opportunity for some of our leaders to come together and actually get to know each other a little bit better, so that when, there was a lot of highs on the thing, because when you can see each other, because like I always like to say, I started it out at Management U, we are all running a marathon together, not a sprint. We individuals with disabilities deserve to have good people with them, not for a day or a week or a year, but for 10 years, 20 years, walk with them alongside of their life for as long as they need us. So that's what we shoot for. And one of the best ways to do that is to be in a community, be part of a community. So we work on community by having everyone come together for a week. And then we also work on another thing that's really important to Eric and I, which is continued personal and professional growth, because you're only a better leader if you work on you. You don't actually get to work on skills outside of you to become a better leader. You actually work on you to be a better leader. So we spend time on that as well. All right. We also, besides working on you, like to have some fun together. RCRC mentioned quite a bit of fun things that they're doing. We want to also mention that we have our Bravo Bucks. Now, we have so many events, sometimes we all get them confused. So I want to kind of really quickly go through, we have 3 different types of events. And I just want to, we're going to talk about all of them, but I want to tell you what the purpose is for each one. So our Bravo Bucks, which are starting in April, but going through the summer, it is really important to us that we acknowledge our clients. They work very hard. Sometimes it is, and I was sharing this with the Management U team, sometimes it is a lot more work than we put into a whole day for them to get out of bed and to be present. Their bodies, they just don't work with them as well as our bodies work for us. And so they put in quite a bit of time, energy, effort, pain into even just showing up. For their job, for their day, for us. And so we want to take we take a season out, a minute out to celebrate all of the achievements of the year. Everything from, maybe a very small goal to something that's really large. Michelle shared quite a few goals that are really fun, Disneyland, but we have a lot of other things our clients are doing that is actually, like the diabetic group, getting their health back on track, or, those things are really, those take a lot of effort, time, energy, and we should take a minute to celebrate. So what Bravo Bucks are is, hopefully, if you're a client on the call, you already know what they are and you've been getting some. There are acknowledgement of your hard work. They're just a token, just a reminder, a thing saying, hey, you're doing a great job, keep it up. And as you keep it up, you can accumulate Bravo Bucks. And then we take time once a year to celebrate. It's usually at a fun location. There's some luau's happening. There's some other things happening. But the point of it is for us to celebrate our clients. Now, staff come, it's fun. We all get to, put on our lei and celebrate a luau, but the event itself is really geared towards celebrating our clients. So what we want is all of our staff to make sure that our clients are getting those Bravo Bucks so that when they get there, they feel celebrated. They feel like they get to get a little something for their time, for their effort, for what they've done to invest themselves in a better life. And so that is what our Bravo Buck auctions are all about. You can see there's all that information. You can go on our website as far as seeing the calendar and see your local one, where it is and what we're doing. We are doing different things. If you went last year, we did a lot of bowling, which was fun, but we're doing different things this year. So go look at what those are and encourage clients to go, ILS, SLS clients, encourage them, make sure they have Bravo Bucks because this event is for them. Okay. Oh, looky there. We actually have the dates.
Here are the dates. Got some coming up early, but we're going to be running all the way through almost the end of summer. It's crazy that July is now the end of summer because schools like to start like in August. But,
so write that date down. Make sure your client is familiar with that date. Make sure they have the transportation they need, everything they need to go and celebrate themselves and their successes this year.
They are a lot of fun. Let's really make sure we can have it. And so as you probably have picked up, we are really focused. Like that shirt, Bonnie? We really are giving special attention to who Compass is at its roots. So we're going back to dreams and direction and destiny. We're refreshing our activities. We're refreshing and putting new spotlights on the things that really are who we are at our core. And so this is our Bravo Buck t-shirt. We're super excited about it. Blame it on our roots. And that's pretty cool. I have a Compass logo on the back. So how do we get it? How do we get the shirt?
They will be at the Bravo Buck event. And is this the one that is just for clients? Sorry, it's just for clients. If we have extra after all Bravo Buck events, we do put them on the store, but they are first and foremost for clients. Y'all get shirts all year round. This is the one that we just dedicate to our clients. So this is for our clients, but I am sure there will be some in the store. So Jeff, if you want 3, I'm sure you'll have enough comp coins later in life to get them at the towards the end of the year. They should be on the store around August or September. No admin. Do I think get it? Nope.
Nope. Think you're special? What? Think you are?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
It is just for our clients.
Right. But something that's not just for our clients is our retreats. And remember, we're doing two kinds of them. We talk about this a lot, but it's worth reminding us that we have two kinds of activities. We have our adventure retreats. It's one day in our backyard, and that is really for you in your backyard. So we're not, people from Reading aren't going down to San Jose and vice versa. It's your backyard. Get together, have a great time. We are selling those things. People are signing up, putting their money down. Their spots are filling up. So if you or one of your clients or one of your staff, and if you are staff, we encourage you to go, even if you're not on shift. It's a lot of fun. But if you want to go, you better get on it quick before we run out of space. That's one option. The other one is our Camp Carvilles, where we're doing more of what we did last year. And it's crazy. We'll go to the next slide. We can look at the dates. Here's the adventure dates. Yeah, thank you, Mary. Perfect. You can see that we've got three of our Camp Carvilles that are completely sold out.
All right. So here, we're going to do a fun little game. If you are a client and you are going to one of the sold out events, put your name and which one you're going to. So if you are going to the Redwood Coast one, September 11th through the 14th, if you're going to the October 9th through the 12th ILS one, or if you are going to the October 16th through the 19th, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'm going to give a minute for that, because if someone is on the call that is going to one of those retreats, I have a prize for you.
So while we're waiting for you to do that, let me finish what I was saying. So we've already got three that are completely sold out. The Sacramento Options one is one bed away from being completely sold out. And we've got a couple others that are running out of space too. So really, really want to encourage you to talk to your clients, talk to each other, and get yourself booked on one of our, because we do not have more beds available than the ones that we have in these spaces. So if you want to go, you got to get on it. Patience is not a virtue in this case.
All right. So far, we haven't had anyone in the chat. So now I'm going to go ahead. Oh, awesome. Are they on the call-ish?
Jeff, are they with you?
Are they on the call-ish?
Are Paul and Lloyd with you?
Paul's at program, but Lloyd's here, but he's over in his room watching his movies.
It's on the call-ish, but probably not. That's too ishy.
That's too ishy. That's fishy. That's ishy like that fishy.
I had to try.
Yeah, it was a good try.
Jeff. Good advocacy. But games have to have some rules,
All right. Well, if now, Jeff, you get to put down for you. If you are going on one of these retreats as a staff, if you are going as one of the sold out Redwood Coast, ILS, or Far North retreats. All right, Brittany. So we got one. I'm going to take one more. Robert. Okay, so Brittany and Robert, you will be getting, okay, Jeff, I'm gonna let you have one too. So, oh, you're not going, Robert? Oh, you were just being, oh, yours still has one. Wah, wah, wah. All right, Robert, this is when the soccer mom in me.
Mom.
He can't, really. he hates it when I do this, but I'm doing it anyway. So Robert, Brittany, and Jeff will all get a gift card as a thank you for being one of the sold out retreats, or almost sold out retreats, Robert. I believe in you, Robert. That is going to sell out. You only got one room left. So I believe. So those three individuals will get gift cards sent to them. You got the names, you know who it is? Okay. So they'll get a little gift card saying, thank you for getting your clients signed up and going all out, sold out for our retreats. We really appreciate it.
And the East Bay, I don't know if you noticed it, they put 3 Ys, so I think they want us to now call them East Bay. Helped us pointed out a little typo on the slide. The East Bay retreat is not October 2 through 6, it's October 2 through 5. So thanks, East Bay.
Yeah, so they're not going extra long. So yes. All right. We also will go back 1 second. There's also the adventure retreat dates there. So mark those down. Those are the different things we're doing for adventure retreats. If that's something you would like to do, we encourage that. There's those dates, those places, those things, a lot of fun stuff happening. And yeah, sometimes one thing doesn't work, but so our point for adventure retreats is really just for the group to get together and actually celebrate everyone. Us go somewhere fun. Like Michelle was saying, go somewhere where maybe you've never been before, do something maybe you've never done before. And then our camp is all about connection. You might get to do a few things you've never done before, but it's really about coming together as a Carville camp and celebrating together, having some fun together, eating a s'more together, and you see a common word together. That's the point of that one.
When do the registrations, are they already open for all of the adventure retreats as well?
All right.
So they're all open. So go to the website, compasscares.com, and you can attend either an adventure, a Camp Carville, or both. You can just shoot the moon. So we can do that.
All right.
All right. So we do have a few questions sent to us in the Q&A.
And then if you have another question burning on your heart and mind, we are going to answer these 4 first. But if you have a question burning on your heart and mind, put it in the chat. And we hope to be able to get maybe to 1 or 2. We're only going to get to 1 or 2 in the chat.
All right. So Aaron Zint typed in a question. He wanted to know
He
this.
is an admin from far north.
He wanted to know if Sadie was the star of Breaking Bad.
I just want everyone to know he knows us well.
Yeah, he knows that Sadie
This is a unique
It's
question.
a unique question. He's close, personally close. So there's a little bit of a pop-off vibe from Aaron. We'll just say that. But it's an intriguing question nonetheless. His question was if she was the star of Breaking Bad instead of Walter White. Okay, so if it was Sadie Hess, not Walter White, what would her occupation have been? Presuming it's not cooking meth, right? So yeah, I can pretty much guarantee if Sadie decided to break bad, she wouldn't cook meth. What she would probably do is she would probably vandalize the parking meters in town. And
I would totally do that.
And whenever she saw somebody with a parking ticket on their car, she would do something.
I've become a parking vigilante. That's a pretty good one, babe.
Thank you.
We just got parking meters downtown. I know a lot of you in the Bay Area are like, wham, 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 wham. Yes, we're crying that we live in a small town for a reason. I had a meeting with Josh. It took me like 10 extra minutes to get my dumb self all my parking permit all taken care of.
So she would vandalize the parking meters in town, and she would fraudulently replace the parking tickets so that the money would come to a different address in the government, and she would probably give it away to like the Special Olympics. That's what she would do. That's what Sadie would do.
All right, there you have it. There you have it. If I was Breaking Bad, that's what I would
dark side
do.
of Sadie Hess would parking vandalism.
All right. On a more serious note, Robert out of Redwood Coast asked if we have any Easter traditions and what's our favorite. My family actually celebrates Easter quite extravagantly. We all get together. So those of you who don't know, I'm the oldest of 5, and we now all have families. We all have kids. So we are 22 people when we all come together. We're 21, but usually at least there's some other aunts and uncles that join that aren't actually aunts and uncles. So we always have at least 22, sometimes up to 25 or 26 people. And my mother, who is just a little crazy, always has had Easter. So it's always belonged to her. She's given up Christmas. We all share Christmas now, but she gets Easter. And she probably puts together 150 eggs for my kids, the plastic kind with money and prizes. And then she gives out so much money to my kids. It's ridiculous. And she loves it. She works on it for about a week. We always have, so my family has cattle. And so we always have steaks for free. So we get steaks, and then we have potatoes, and then we all have the fixings and all that. And we eat outside. So I really hope the weather's good tomorrow or Sunday. Hope the weather's good. And then we do this really extravagant kids look for a really long time. There's a little kid one and a big kid one, and the big kid ones, we have to remember where we hid them because they're very hard to find. And then every kid walks away with probably over $20 from my mom.
No,
she's ridiculous.
Plastic eggs. She'll have hundreds of
Yeah,
plastic
Robert, I know. How do you sign up? Yeah. Janelle's on the call. She's been before. So you guys could all ask Janelle. She went with me one time, a long time ago. All right. So that's what we do.
Moni asked, what do you guys, actually a deep question. Kind of need to bring it real, bring it down. We're going to get real here for a second because of Moni's question. Do you guys ever feel defeated, or is your energy always focused on success? Wow. Seriously, I feel like I should mood lighting and, Anyway, we're human beings. We get bummed out, and it's not always circumstantial. Sometimes it's just not a matter of not having things go your way. You're working on, you're pushing on an initiative, and it just you lose. And it's not, and for defeat, for me, it doesn't happen if the Rams win the Super Bowl or if they go 5-12 the next year. That doesn't drive the feeling of defeat for me. What it really does is if we're really leaning into an initiative or we're leaning into a goal and it gets thwarted, usually by external things. I mean, we don't get bummed out if we're working hard and we don't do a great job, because it's kind of easy for Sadie and me to have grace for ourselves. But when there's some external thing, whether it's government policy, whether
Or a client
or a
makes a
client makes a really
hard,
bad
sad
choice for themselves, and it does something that harms themselves in some way, that will bring that. But there's a verse in the Bible where it says, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, but also mourn with those who mourn." And it's a healthy person who can actually, in moments, celebrate with somebody when there's something to celebrate, but just seconds later, turn to somebody else and authentically say, "Wow, I'm with you too in your pain." And what I have found is when you can do that, when you can actually take your own, emotional desperation, so to speak, out of the equation and focus on the needs of the other person, whether they're to celebrate something that's awesome in their life, so celebrate a graduation, a birth of a child, an accomplishment, and then moments later go, "Wow, I'm really sorry that your loved one is having that problem. I'm really sorry you're dealing with that health issue." And you can genuinely be happy and then genuinely be sad with them. You can rejoice with those and mourn with those. That actually helps me center myself so that when I want to rejoice or when I need to mourn, I can do that too and know that I won't be alone doing so. So that's kind of how I best manage that. But yeah, sometimes things go bad and we get bummed out, but you can't stay there. We just can't let ourselves stay there. It's important to take that time of mourning, to know, like my mom died a few months ago. Take that time of mourning, but know that, there's still good things in life and life goes on, and I can celebrate who she was in my life when she was there. So is that how do you like that answer, Moni? Is that okay, cool, thanks. All right, and we have one more question. I don't think.
Well, it's a Charlene. She's an LG3 here in Far North. She asked about getting information per People First for her clients, which is an awesome program.
Love it.
It's for those of you who don't know what People First is. It's a program that's by people with disabilities, for people with disabilities, and they really work on some important issues, and they make sure that they work on the ability to advocate for themselves and what that looks like and how to do that well. And I asked Josh to go ahead and put down for Far Northern, since she was in Far Northern, People First. But if that is something else you're interested in for your area, they are almost in every area. Sometimes they're not called quite the same thing, but we can help you find those organizations. Being part of a group that learns about advocacy and learns how to advocate is a worthwhile cause. And and Charlene, I appreciate the question, really great question. And we put that information in there for you. All right.
Okay. So I don't know if you saw it in the chat, but Mr. Gant is just killing his health program. And back in December, he invited me to go skydiving with him. And of course I said, yes, come on. 27 pounds away, bro. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm ready. Let's do it. I mean, I'm not an organizer, so I'm kind of counting on you, Holmes, to looks like his camera's frozen, but
okay, so the information Josh put on is only for Chico and Redding, but I'm sure there is an advocacy group near you, Candy. I'm sure that Melanie or Farah can help you get that information. Like I said, they're not all called the same thing, but I honestly haven't ran into a region that doesn't have a program for clients to learn about clients to advocate for themselves. Yeah, a lot of information for the Redding one, but I am sure Farah and or Melanie can get you information on the one. Yep. So RCRC has one too.
Awesome.
Okay, awesome.
110 pounds, Jeff. Dude, you've lost a human. That's awesome. Way to go. All right. So but
we have time for one more question.
But I'm really serious when I say I'm in. So Jeff, what I'd like you to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my assistant Danette reach out to you, and she'll work with you on scheduling, because I am kind of busy.
His
and
schedule's a little.
It's a little out of control. So what's in control, but it takes a lot to keep it in control. So, but I definitely 100% want to do this. So she'll be working with you to make sure we can find a time that works for everybody. Okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, like I said, we have time for one more question. If anyone has a question they want to ask, been burning on your heart and mind forever and ever.
Okay. No problem.
All right. Well, as we kind of wait, we'll give people one more minute to type. But let's see. What could we talk about? Okay, so one of the things that, are we ready? Can we talk about the office changing here? We can, can't we?
We don't have a specific thing to say about what's here.
Well, we do have a new office coming online, bigger.
Mhm.
So we will be in Reading expanding. We mentioned Ukiah is looking for new space, but Reading is also expanding. We hope to have that done by summer. We hope to have a new space for operations. They're going to have double their square footage.
Oh yeah, well, almost triple the square footage what they're used to. It's pretty amazing.
So that's pretty exciting. We're working on that. And then we're also, since we got time and some other things we're growing in, there's a new program that we're working on that may be coming online in the next year. It'll be somewhere kind of between supported living and independent living. It's the ability for us to serve individuals that have special needs in their family home, but more than say ILS, where we're trying to get them on their own. We may just be helping them stay with their family, but support the family. So we're looking into that program. We have not gotten vendorized. We have a long way to go, but we are very excited about that and feel like it's a really good fit. So you guys probably will be hearing more about that in the next 3, 4, 5 months.
So yeah, a lot of good stuff happening, a lot of opportunity, and we're trying to just really go after all the ones that we believe we can be good at. This is one that we know that we can be excellent at. So it'd be a different model, but there's a lot of cultures where, you know, when their loved one grows into adulthood, even though they have a disability, they don't want their loved one not living with them. That's kind of a very American approach to serving people with disabilities, kind of a European approach. But a lot of the developing nations around the world would find that very offensive, and so they don't utilize SLS quite as thoroughly as more American or other cultures would. So this model that he's talking about would allow us to provide SLS-like service, but not the full package of stuff because the family's there and they want to be there, and that's kind of their jam. So, and we love that. I love that.
Yeah. Another fun things that's coming online, Training and Excellence received a couple grants to help with some kind of how to help people access social rec and different things in their community. So specifically, we received grants to help with Far Northern and ACRC area. So we'll be working on that. That's actually going to be rolling out this year. You'll be hearing more about that. So it's geared towards more people that are younger. So this is kind of a unique one for us, but we feel like we want to start working with individuals who are a little younger so that when they're looking for other services, they already know we're here. So we're also excited just to get to know our community better. What are the resources? What resources can we help the community facilitate? So we're excited about this, and this will actually be happening this year. We received the grant money and we got to get on it. So we're working on that this year as well. So those are some things happening around here that's kind of new and different. Just us vamping for a couple minutes. Not you guys not asking a question. Look at all the stuff that flows out of my mouth. Anyway,
all right. So
we are. I know he's like, stop her from talking.
All right. Hey, love you guys. Thank you all for being such a fun part of our community. Staff, clients, leaders, we love you all. We feel blessed that we're in your lives and you're in ours. So.
Yeah, we have loved all the baby love on our thank you for bringing your babies. We're all good. So cute.
Right.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Ciao, everyone.